This is not just the story of an inventor. It is the journey of a man who changed the life of every human being on this planet. The man who turned darkness into light. His name was Thomas Alva Edison. The year was 1847. In a small town of Ohio, USA. A poor family welcomed a baby boy. Nobody knew then that this boy would one day bring light into the homes of millions. Edison's childhood was not easy. He was often sick. His hearing was weak. And teachers said he was slow. One day, his teacher gave him a letter for his mother. His mother opened it and read aloud to little Edison. "Your son is a genius, our school is too small for him, you must teach him yourself." The truth? That letter actually said, "Your son is mentally weak, we cannot teach him anymore." But Edison never knew the truth. All he knew was that his mother believed in him. And that faith became his strength. As a child, Edison was endlessly curious. He would open up clocks, toys, and machines, just to see how they worked. Neighbors called him crazy. But his mother said, "You are different, you have the power to do something great." To support his family, young Edison began selling newspapers on trains. But he was not just selling. He was saving money to buy chemicals. Because inside the train, he had built a small laboratory. Imagine this. A boy selling newspapers to passengers. And in the baggage car of the train, running his own mini science lab. Sometimes experiments exploded. Chemicals spilled everywhere. People scolded him. But Edison never stopped. He failed again and again. His experiments often ended in disaster. But he said to himself, "Every failure brings me one step closer to success." That mindset was the seed of greatness. Edison's first real job was as a telegraph operator. He spent nights learning how to send and receive messages in Morse code. He would practice for hours. While other workers slept, Edison experimented. Soon, he began improving the telegraph machines themselves. He invented better ways to send signals. And people started noticing his talent. But money? Still a problem. Edison tried starting small businesses. Most of them failed. He often slept in his workshop, with nothing but hope to keep him alive. By his early 20s, Edison had filed his first patents. Some inventions worked, some didn't. But he kept moving forward. His first major success came with the phonograph. A machine that could record and play back sound. The world was shocked. For the first time in history, people could actually listen to their own recorded voice. Newspapers called him the Wizard of Menlo Park. Because his laboratory was like a magic factory of inventions. But Edison himself was not satisfied. He wanted something bigger. Something that would change humanity forever. He wanted light. The year was 1878. Edison began his greatest mission. To create a light bulb that could burn for hours without dying. It sounds simple now. But back then, no one had done it. He tried one material for the filament. It burned too fast. He tried another. It broke instantly. Dozens of attempts. All failures. Hundreds of attempts. Still no success. People laughed. Scientists mocked him. Newspapers wrote articles calling him foolish. His friends begged him to stop. But Edison refused. He said, "I have not failed, I've just found 999 ways that will not work." He worked day and night. Sometimes without sleep. His hair grew messy. His clothes were covered in soot. But his eyes were full of determination. Finally, after more than 1,000 experiments, he found the right material. On a cold October night in 1879, Edison and his team switched on the first practical electric light bulb. The room lit up. The darkness disappeared. History was made. Imagine if Edison had quit on his 100th attempt, or his 500th, or his 999th. The world today might still be living in darkness. Edison's invention spread like wildfire. Cities lit up with electric lights. Factories worked longer hours. Homes became safer, brighter, happier. But Edison did not stop with the light bulb. He built power stations to supply electricity. He worked on movie cameras, microphones, batteries. He held over 1,000 patents in his lifetime. Every invention came with struggle. Every breakthrough came after countless failures. Yet Edison kept moving forward. He believed that innovation was born not from genius alone, but from hard work, persistence, and courage. People called him a genius. But Edison said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Edison grew old. But he never stopped working. Even when his hearing was almost gone, he still spent nights in his lab. In 1931, at the age of 84, the man who gave light to the world took his last breath. But his legacy still shines in every corner of the earth. Every bulb that lights up your room, every switch you turn on, is a silent reminder of a man who refused to quit. The lesson? Failure is not the end. Failure is proof that you are trying. If Thomas Edison had given up, the world would still be living in the dark. So whenever life knocks you down, whenever failure makes you want to quit, remember the man who failed 1,000 times, but succeeded once. And that one success changed the world forever. Don't be afraid of failure, be afraid of giving up, because your next attempt might just light up the world.